Would you like to discover more about why your life and your relationship are important? Would you like to bring your relationship back on track? Would you be happy to fix your broken relationship? So watch this video till the end without skipping. It's upon both the partners to decide. Marriage. Why do most of the marriages fail? What is marriage? Marriage is an institution where two people share their bonds. Marriage is a bond between two people that no one else can understand. Marriage is a partnership that gets each other through life. When you need each other and share the most amazing experience. Nowadays, we have been seeing that marriages, whether arranged or love, are failing. What are the reasons behind that? I want to ask one simple question to all the married couples who are listening to me. Husband, do you love your wife? Wife, do you love your husband? Can you prove it? Give me the number that will help me to know that you love your wife. Because when you met her, you did not love her, right? Now you love her. Tell me the exact date when the love happened. It is impossible question. In fact, a very tricky question. Little difficult to answer. But it is not that love does not exist. But it is much easier to prove over time. She fell in love with you because you remembered her birthday and you brought her flowers on a Valentine's Day. She fell in love with you because you woke up early in the morning and said good morning to her before you checked your phone. She fell in love with you because you went to the fridge to get yourself a drink. You also bought one for her without her asking. She fell in love with you because you had a wonderful day out and she had a terrible day at work. And you did not tell her about your day. Instead, you listened to her hopeful day, telling her about your wonderful day. This is why she fell in love with you. It was the accumulation of all those little things that you did that she fell in love with you. She did not get up in the morning and say that she loved you at an instant. It was a little caring you did with consistency that she fell in love with you. For any relationship to be working, it requires lot of consistency, understanding and patience. A small argument turns into divorce. A little fight and wife accuse husband of domestic violence. Sometimes bad happens and they decide to part ways. Husband is financially strained and wife can't adjust and she runs away. In such relationship, the patience level is often seen to be low because for any relationship to prosper, it requires lot of understanding and patience. Relationship is like a plant. Plant needs certain things to succeed in order to survive. Plant needs space to grow. Water, sunlight and air, nutrients, and above all, it requires time to bloom. Relationship is exactly like a plant. It requires certain ingredients to grow and prosper. Just remember one thing, just as you care for any other living thing, you also have to take care of your relationship. If you want your relationship to flourish and bloom, marriage relationship is like a first child. It is a living thing that needs much care, love and sacrifice. Is your relationship not working? Why is it sometimes so terrible to keep your relationship good? In the East, a relationship is based on arranged marriage. And in the West, on personal choice. Both have their good and bad sides. But in the end, it's all about making sure that the relationship grows and you prosper together. Being in a relationship means giving a piece of yourself. You have to take the person that is your partner into consideration. And when you don't do that, and that's often where relationships go wrong. Is your relationship not working? Why is it sometimes so terrible to keep your relationship good? In the East, a relationship is based on an arranged marriage, and in the West, on personal choice. Both have their good and bad side. But in the end, it's all about making sure that the relationship grows and you prosper together. Being in a relationship means giving a piece of yourself. You have to take the other person, that is your partner, into consideration, and when you don't do that, it's that often where relationship goes wrong. We often consider our own opinions and our own well-being more important. Our attitude is also partly shaped by the culture in which we live. How do we look at our partner? Do you treat him or her as an equal? Consciously or unconsciously, we often don't really consider our partner's feelings and needs. Perhaps you never learned that properly because your parents didn't guide you towards those things. On top of that, men think differently than women. Women have different emotions than men and thus react differently to the same situation. That can lead to many misunderstandings in a relationship. And here exactly where the entire relationship is cracked down. Why do many relationships get in trouble? And what are the reasons for this troubled relationship? The answer to this question starts from ourselves. Most of the time we think about ourselves first. Even when you are very helpful, you may be doing it because it makes you feel good or because you think you have to. When one or both of you think of his or her self-interest first, you will grow apart. Maybe one of you is busy with his or her success and career, or with the kids. This is not enough attention left for the partner. One of the two, either of the two, thinks they are better off with a new partner, and then the entire divorce falls. If you give your partner little attention and respect, he or she will respect and respond negatively. Prevention is better than a cure. Both the partners, husband and wife, have to be aware that a relationship is much more than just for your own pleasure and benefits. Relationships are give and take. Often we like to take, but we find giving a lot harder. You might like to give a present of flower to your partner, but it goes much further than that. To give something that really cost you. Are you willing to give up some of your pride? Are you ready to respect your partner? The fact is that we mainly think about ourselves. Fortunately, there are also plenty of examples of true love where both partners really pay attention to each other. Do you have difficult relationship and do you want your relationship to flourish? I invite you to start discovering what is really important in life that will have a major impact on your relationship in a positive way by implementing the pillars of good relationship. Now, what are the pillars of good relationship? Don't just think of your own benefit. Respect each other. Do not be bitter towards each other. Give compliments whenever necessary. Don't lose yourself. If you enjoy taking care of your partner, don't forget to take care of yourself too. If you have children, are you a team together? Or do you have both different ideas about parenting? Remember that there are always two people in a relationship. If one of the two people no longer wants to invest in the relationship, sooner or later the relationship will break down. Relationship cannot be one-sided. It can't always come from one side. Relationship is a two-way process. It is a two-way communication as well. It builds a bridge of understanding and a direct exchange of ideas, views and opinions. Communicating with each other and listening to each other can restore the relationship back on track, though it might take some time. It is obvious that both of you must be willing to put in time and energy into the relationship. Sometimes it takes a lot of consistency and patience, talking a lot with your partner and try to work it out together. That sometimes takes a lot of time. But when there is still love, there is hope. If you would like to discover more about yourself and your relationship, we invite you to explore inner peace and acceptance. That's not just about how you handle your relationship, but your entire life and future. Would you like to discover more about why your life and your relationship are important? Would you like to bring your relationship back on track? Would you be happy to fix your broken relationship? It's upon both the partners to decide. Give it a try and you will see the miracles happening on this very earth. But this is possible by being humble to each other and with mark of a respect for each other. For where there is a will, there is a way. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Our soulmate is the one who makes life come to life. Love is composed of a single soul inhabiting two bodies. A successful relationship requires falling in love multiple times but always with the same person. Relationships are meant to be loved, not to be understood. A relationship or a marriage to be successful, you have to accept whatever comes your way. And once you accept this unconditional love, then everything will turn to be beautiful. A good marriage is one which allows for change and growth in the individuals and the way they express their love. The only way love and relationship can last for a lifetime only if it is unconditional. A successful marriage requires falling in love. A great marriage is not when the perfect couples come together. It is when an imperfect couple come to each other. It is when an imperfect couple learns to enjoy their differences. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. Marriages are not tied in the heaven and implemented on earth. Life is beautiful, so live your life to the fullest.